Penguins are perhaps the most iconic of all Arctic animals, with their distinctive black and white plumage and waddling gait. But did you know that not all penguins live in the frozen south? In fact, several species of penguins can be found in the colder regions of the Northern Hemisphere, including the Arctic. One of the most well-known of these is the emperor penguin, the tallest and heaviest of all penguin species. These majestic birds are found in the Antarctic, where they brave the extreme cold and wind to breed and raise their young. Emperor penguins are adapted to life in the cold, with a thick layer of insulating feathers and a streamlined body that helps them swim efficiently through the icy water. But the emperor penguin isn't the only penguin that can be found in the Arctic. There are several other species that live in the colder regions of the Northern Hemisphere, including the rockhopper penguin and the yellow-eyed penguin. The rockhopper penguin is a small, energetic species that is known for its distinctive crest of spiky feathers. These penguins are found on several subantarctic islands, as well as on the Falkland Islands and the coasts of South America. They get their name from their habit of hopping from boulder to boulder as they make their way across the rocky coastline. The yellow-eyed penguin is a more rare and elusive species, found only on the coasts of New Zealand and a few small islands in the Pacific Ocean. As its name suggests, this penguin has a distinctive yellow band of feathers around its eyes, which gives it a striking appearance. The yellow-eyed penguin is also known for its striking call, which sounds like a series of deep, melodic honks. While these three species of penguins are adapted to living in the cold, they do face several challenges in the Arctic environment. One of the biggest threats to penguins is climate change, which is causing the sea ice to melt at an alarming rate. This is a problem for emperor penguins in particular, as they rely on the sea ice for breeding and raising their young. As the ice disappears, it becomes harder for emperor penguins to find food and shelter, which could lead to a decline in their population. Penguins also face threats from predators, such as seals and killer whales. These animals prey on penguins, particularly the smaller, more vulnerable chicks. In addition, penguins are sometimes caught in fishing nets and other marine debris, which can lead to injury or death. Despite these challenges, penguins are still a common sight in the Arctic, and they are an important part of the ecosystem. They help to keep the population of fish and other marine animals in check, and they are a vital source of food for many other animals, such as seals and killer whales. In recent years, there have been several efforts to protect penguins and their habitat in the Arctic. Some of these efforts have focused on reducing the impact of climate change, such as by reducing greenhouse gas emissions and protecting the sea ice. Others have focused on more direct conservation measures, such as creating protected areas for penguins to breed and raising awareness about the importance of these birds. Despite the challenges they face, penguins are a symbol of resilience and adaptability in the face of a changing climate. They have survived in the cold and unforgiving Arctic environment for thousands of years, and with the right protection, they will continue to thrive for generations to come. There are several different ways that people are working to protect penguins in the Arctic. One of the most effective ways is through the creation of protected areas, such as marine reserves and national parks. These areas are designated specifically for the protection of penguins and other wildlife, and they help to ensure that these animals have a safe place to breed and raise their young. In addition to protected areas, there are also several organizations working to protect penguins and their habitat. These organizations often focus on issues such as climate change, overfishing, and pollution, and they work to raise awareness about the importance of these issues and how they affect penguins. One example of an organization working to protect penguins is the Emperor Penguin Defense Fund, which is dedicated to protecting emperor penguins and their habitat in the Antarctic. This organization works to raise awareness about the threats facing emperor penguins, such as climate change and overfishing, and they also work to fund research and conservation efforts in the region. Another organization that is working to protect penguins is the World Wildlife Fund, WWF, which is a global conservation organization. The WWF works to protect a wide range of species, including penguins, and they have several initiatives focused specifically on these birds. For example, the WWF is working to protect the yellow-eyed penguin in New Zealand, which is a critically endangered species. There are also many individual researchers and conservationists, who are working to protect penguins in the Arctic. These individuals often work on specific research projects or conservation efforts, and they play a crucial role in understanding and protecting these birds. In addition to these efforts, there are also many ways that individuals can help to protect penguins in the Arctic. For example, people can reduce their own carbon emissions and support organizations that are working to reduce greenhouse gases. They can also support organizations that are working to protect penguins and their habitat, such as through donations or by volunteering their time. Overall, the future of penguins in the Arctic is uncertain, but with the right protection and conservation efforts, it is possible to ensure that these birds continue to thrive for generations to come.